Imagine, madam, normally we have a carefree life. The factory is running smoothly. We love our family. And then one fine day, people arrive, steal all of our belongings, and we have to leave our homeland immediately. I still believe in a departure for France. The first thing I heard was that anti-Semitism is highly developed in this country. But what can you do? It's the same all over the world.
This is a story that began 40 plus years ago. When I found out that my mother was Jewish and that she wouldn't speak about her past, I had this almost insatiable curiosity about her family, about her life, and this increased over the years as I grew up and became a mother and wondered, what had happened to her that made her incapable of talking about her past.
The subject was always changed if we brought up my mom's background or Czechoslovakia. It was kind of this stigma and sort of a tension that we could feel, but we didn't understand why.
I didn't know very much about it at all. She was very quiet. We didn't talk about grandparents. It wasn't until we got older that there was bits and pieces about her being Jewish and where she came from, but she didn't want to talk about it.
There was like always whisperings of Mom was born in Czechoslovakia, and there was just, you heard bits and pieces, but I didn't get the full story until Karen really started digging. My mom never talked to me about anything from her past life.
I described her when I did her eulogy at the memorial, and I said if I had to pick one word, it was enigmatic. Because I always felt like, to me, she was this mystery.
You don't really want to remember.
Yeah.
And it's hard to remember. And so how do you do that? I don't know.
It was December 1976. I was a college freshman at the University of Michigan, dating this guy, Steve Siegel, my great uncle Hans Schindler, who had heard about this romance. He was asking me, so what happened with Steven Siegel? And I was being flippant and just said, well, we broke up. I guess I wasn't Jewish enough for him. And Hans looked at me and said, you have more royal Jewish blood in your little finger than Steven Siegel has coursing through his whole body. Don't you know who your great-grandfather was? And I saw my mother was listening. And what I could see was how angry her face looked, hearing this. And the first thing I thought was, wow, she's Jewish? And the second thing I thought was, why is she so angry that I'm hearing this? Sarah and Sigmund were my great-grandparents. Armin and Herta were my grandparents. Erica was my mother, and Daisy was her younger sister.